Hello dear film lovers. Welcome back to our FilmHead. If you are a Mafia movie lover, then hold your seat and be ready to watch some great Mafia movies. So let's start, and do like, share and subscribe our channel for new movie and series update. Number 15. Scarface 1983. One of the greatest films of all time. A film so iconic and legendary with such a perfect storyline, cast, characters, soundtracks, action, effects, intensity, hype and the roller coaster of emotions it puts you through. A masterpiece, written so perfectly, way ahead of its time, that even today ages perfectly and is still talked about. The film explores the mentality and behavior of a man filled with ambition yet blinded by his own arrogance. Director Brian De Palma and screenwriter Oliver Stone expand Al Pacino's character by including elements of his Latin American culture in the storyline. A film that really embarks you on a roller coaster of emotions that you can't help but get out of your seat, wonder what's gonna happen next with the amount of heartfelt moments. Number 14. The Untouchables 1987. Excellent movie by one of the masters of late 70s and 80s cinema, Brian De Palma. Perfect casting in every role. From the annoying Costner to one of the greatest cameos of all time by Robert De Niro, portraying monster Al Capone. Love this thriller with young handsome Kevin Costner as Elliot Ness, who gets Al Capone on tax evasion. Robert De Niro plays Capone. Brian De Palma delivers Sean Connery at his best as a top cop who with Ness put a team together of top guns to fight Capone. Though critically received at the time, this movie felt a bit too cheesy and cliché for my tastes. Scenes were predictable, music was horrendous, and Sean Connery's accent was damnable. Number 13. Donnie Brasco 1997. Mike Newell is the weirdest choice for director of a mafia drama, but he actually makes a terrific fist of it, delivering one of the very best gangster movies ever made. Donnie Brasco is an extraordinary film in many ways. As already mentioned, the performances are note perfect. But there's so much more to it than that. Telling the story of arguably the mob's most hated mafioso, Donnie Brasco, is a real-life tale that shows the ultimate betrayal of FBI agent Joe Pistone to his friend and associate Benjamin, Lefty, Ruggiero, when he infiltrates the mob under the name of Donnie Brasco. Donnie Brasco has enough to offer for people who like the gangster genre, but even if you are normally not a big fan, there is still a chance you might like it. Number 12. Once Upon a Time in America 1984. Once Upon a Time in America is an outstanding film. Absolutely all of the actors and actresses are phenomenal in this picture. The film follows the life of David Noodles Aronson, Robert De Niro, a Jewish gangster in New York, from his childhood in the early 20th century to his old age in the 1960s. The movie is a sprawling epic that spans decades and explores themes of friendship, betrayal, love, and the American dream. Leone's direction is masterful, and the cinematography by Tonino Delle Colli is stunning. The performances are top-notch, especially from De Niro and Woods. In conclusion, Once Upon a Time in America is a masterpiece. It's a film that will stay with you long after the credits roll. Number 11. Public Enemies, 2009. One of the most interesting movies that is exactly what Scorsese's cinema is. The way its direction, screenplay, cinematography, casting, color palette, violence. Its violence gives it a heart. Its story based on real-life events makes this movie charming and a must-watch. Its direction, cinematography, screenplay make this movie a visual masterpiece, and its cast makes this movie a reason to watch. It is based on real-life gangster but hero in the eyes of American people during the Great Depression, and making such a beautiful movie is a next-level thing. Its dark and yellowish tone itself levels up the movie. And all the other actors are indeed the best choice for this movie.
They ain't tough enough, smart enough, or fast enough.
Number 10. The Many Saints of Newark 2021. This film has a large, great, amazing new cast and great strong acting from Alessandro Nivola and Michael Gandolfini and Vera Farmiga and Ray Liotta as well. The Many Saints of Newark tells the story of a young Anthony Soprano who grew up in a chaotic Newark idolizing his uncle, whose influence lays the foundation for the person he becomes. This movie forms the stereotype of a prequel. Michael Gandolfini is so good in this movie. A great cast perfectly embodies the spirits of their characters in so many subtle yet powerful ways. The numbers racket plot is good, it fits well and is well acted, it's Dickey's way of earning. The cinematography is great and looks so good on the big screen.
always wanting things.
Number 9. No Time to Die 2021. The movie that marks the Bond franchise touching its 25th and Daniel Craig as James Bond 007 reprising the role for the 5th time in this epic tale of magnitude beyond compare. The film has had some interesting stuff like Felix coming back, Bond becoming a broken and wounded character that Craig did, the opening credits giving us a callback to some previous Bond films, and even some emotional depth to the story. There were some emotional moments, and tense scenes and powerful moments too. Everyone must have watched the movie by now, but I would like to take a moment to appreciate the absolutely spectacular storytelling that this one had. Number 8. Shot Caller 2017. This film's characters are truly excellent. As the main protagonist Jacob, Money, Harlan goes through a journey through the story, we notice each little change to him and the others around him. Each character is fleshed out and given a backstory that makes you empathize with them. The cast and script were made for each other. Bernthal, Coster-Waldau, Hardwick, Jones and Lake are a thespian dream team in this master class in casting, directing, acting, filming and editing. How this film escaped Oscar nominations is beyond my comprehension apart from its dystopian depiction of the host state's penal system. But at least some cognoscenti in the capital of arch-rivals Texas recognized its merit. Overall, Shot Caller is one of the best films to come out in 3 years due to Rick Roman's stellar writing and direction, Nikolai Coster-Waldau's excellent performance, and a surreal story. Number 7. Kill the Irishman 2011. This was a good movie, well directed, and it flowed extremely well. The overtone of this movie reminded me of the Godfather movie, except with a tough Irish poor orphan whose education and street smarts made him fight harder to achieve what he thought was success regardless of the legality or how powerful the opponent or the results of his decisions. Danny Greaseman, a simple man who works as a laborer at the Cleveland docks, establishes close contact with the local Italian Mafia. He soon becomes an enforcer in the local mob and rages a turf war. This movie is a little long, very involved, and you have to stay with it. Number 6. The Irishman 2019. Martin Scorsese's The Irishman is an opus that showcases the genius of one of cinema's greatest directors. This epic crime drama takes viewers on a riveting journey through the tumultuous world of organized crime, masterfully woven into a poignant tale of loyalty, betrayal, and the price of power. One of the film's greatest strengths is the stellar cast, comprised of iconic actors who bring their A-game to the screen. Robert De Niro delivers an emotionally nuanced performance as Frank Sheeran, skillfully portraying the character's complexities and inner turmoil. The Irishman is more than just a gangster film. It delves deep into the human psyche and explores themes of regret, mortality, and the consequences of one's choices. In conclusion, The Irishman stands as a magnum opus in Martin Scorsese's illustrious career. It's a testament to the enduring power of cinema to tell complex, character-driven stories that resonate deeply with the audience. Number 5. My Name is Vendetta, 2022. This movie is one of the best movies I have watched in my entire life. It's an overwhelming film. It will make you feel different emotions. Plus, the action stunts were well done. The chemistry between the father and daughter is exceptional. As it turns out, Sophia turns out to be a young kick-ass assassin with no regrets. I would like to see part 2 with Sophia continue her rampage on whoever needs it. A lot of people say Sophia is just typical girl who plays the victim, but lol, she literally is the victim, a young girl who has just watched her family be beaten to death and finds out the father who she adores and loves is a retired assassin who has been hiding for 18 plus years. Honestly, definitely worth the watch. Number 4. Goodfellas, 1990. Goodfellas, directed by Martin Scorsese, is an unparalleled masterpiece that etches its place in cinematic history as one of the greatest gangster films ever made. This crime drama weaves a gripping narrative around the rise and fall of Henry Hill, played flawlessly by Ray Liotta, and his tumultuous journey through the world of organized crime. The film's strength lies in its ability to transport the audience into the gritty underworld of the mob. The performances in Goodfellas are nothing short of extraordinary. Ray Liotta delivers a career-defining performance as Henry Hill, capturing the character's charisma, ambition, and eventual descent into paranoia. In conclusion, Goodfellas is an absolute triumph in every aspect. This film continues to resonate with audiences, standing as a timeless classic that redefines the gangster genre. Number 3. A Bronx Tale, 1993. one of the classics Mafia movie. The very simple representations of living in Bronx in the Mafia era. The movie really teach and show how life in that era and cultures evolved at the time. Father figures can come in many different forms, whether they be law-abiding or law-breaking. In a Bronx neighborhood, Calogero tries to navigate his relationship with his bus driver father and mob boss Sonny without getting caught up in trouble. However, when he falls for a black student, he is caught up in a racial conflict amidst growing social changes and is unsure of how to handle it. This movie was a true masterpiece in every sense of the word, and even more amazing that it was an autobiography written by Chaz Palminteri aka C, who played Sonny. Number 2, The Godfather. The Godfather, directed by Francis Ford Coppola and released in 1972, stands as a cinematic masterpiece that transcends the boundaries of time. This iconic film, adapted from Mario Puzo's novel, unfolds the gripping tale of the Corleone crime family, weaving a narrative that is as intricate as it is compelling. The Godfather is a story about power, family, and the price one pays for control. Marlon Brando's portrayal of Vito Corleone is nothing short of mesmerizing, earning him an Academy Award for Best Actor. Brando brings a nuanced complexity to the character, presenting Vito as a man both feared and respected, with a deep sense of honor and loyalty. It has totally 4 parts from 1972 to 2020. In conclusion, The Godfather is a timeless classic that continues to resonate with audiences across the globe. Its influence on filmmaking is immeasurable, and its legacy is etched in the annals of cinema history. The combination of stellar performances, masterful direction, and a rich, layered narrative makes The Godfather a true masterpiece that transcends generations and genres. Number 1, Casino, 1995. A classic from Martin Scorsese. His films are powerfully violent and deal with greed and control amongst the mafia. Good storyline which chimes in with other mafia films he's made. Brilliant cinematography too. All of it is in this movie, and despite its length, it manages to hold your interest with a number of sequences that alternate between graphic violence and soft love, as well as plenty of whacking and plenty of casino money. Sharon Stone does an excellent job as Ginger, a prostitute whose life begins to spiral out of control after marrying Sam and becoming more and more addicting to drugs and alcohol. Joe Pesci also does a great job as Nicky, a psychopathic foul-mouthed mobster with severe anger issues, just like in Goodfellas. Casino is a true masterpiece. Incredible script writing throughout, and especially with the voiceovers. The casting, cinematography, just everything about this movie is incredible. Overall, it's a great piece, captivating, hilarious, violent, and most importantly thought-provoking, with a message embedded in the aforelisted.